gently, gently, gently raising my voice so we can get back to my normal voice, my normal voice, my normal voice, my normal voice. So, let's make it a little bit louder than this. But welcome. You may be seeing this video on multiple platforms of ours, such as Karuna Satori ASMR, which is our channel, Karuna Satori Basic, which I actually have a little bit to speak about towards the end of the video about something that happened over there. Nothing bad, it's actually funny. And then my husband's channel, Essence of ASMR. And why are you seeing this video on multiple platforms, you're probably wondering? Well, for the past few months, I, myself, and two amazing people in their company, Thomas and Chris, for a long time now has been helping me do something after they had reached out. And it took me a long time to agree to because I wasn't sure. The whole Tingles app situation with other creators put a lot of ASMR artists back. And although I am on the Tingles app because they have new agreements and terms and contracts and things like that, beforehand they weren't very good to their creators or to the people that were on Tingles app creating for the app. And so everybody remains a little bit skeptical. Many ASMR artists, if you ask, it's deep in the community, it's obviously not talked about in public, and it's really not my place to talk about others' experiences. But let's just say that there are different companies out there, not Tingles, but before Tingles, but other companies that try to take advantage of ASMR artists in their work. So when, people come to you for business opportunities and they ask, hey, we'd love to have you do this or we'd love to have you do that, and it turns out that they're just using you for profit for them and not the creators or the viewers, it causes a lot of problems and a lot of trust issues, causing issues like what I went through a little bit in regards to my work with Thomas and Chris and release of what I'm going to be talking about today. But luckily, it wasn't anything like that. I had an incredible experience, and I will be working with them in the future, obviously now. Yesterday, April 13th, 2018, I released a sleep clinic album for listening on different platforms. And the reason that this is so awesome, not only for me, but for you guys, is that I know YouTube Red costs a little bit of money in regards to having a subscription and then being able to minimize the app so you can view apps in the background. And I love YouTube with all my person. Trust me, I wouldn't be here without it. But I know that, you don't want to just minimize a video down on the screen or end the app and have it running in the background especially whenever you're on the road or you're doing something, elsewhere and things like that. But I worked with, like I said, Thom and Chris and their company, and we released yesterday an album with a bunch, 13 to be exact, but they are split. Some are split in 3, others are 1 track. But it is all of in my opinion, I didn't want to get the word out there just yet. I wanted it to be a surprise of the better ASMR tracks that I believe that I did. The videos, it's just audio taken from that. The one being the one with Victor and I, where he stands on the left and I stand on the right, and we do hypnosis meditation and, hand movements and things like that, and you can hear those sounds in the background. Now, this obviously isn't video, this is audio only, so I made sure to choose the videos that I thought had the most audio. Now, regarding the future, obviously I am going to be releasing Karuna Sleep Clinic Part 1, Part 2, Part 3 with different tracks, but the next album that comes out is going to be everything that you guys ask for, so it's going to be with your requests. This was kind of like a demo thing. I didn't want to take it too seriously or put, effort into something that I wouldn't know and they wouldn't know if would succeed or fail. So this is kind of like a trial period, although it is an actual released album, so I can see what you guys' response is, so in the future I can make better content for what you want instead of things that you may have already heard. But so yesterday the album was released and I wrote it down on a whiteboard because I don't know, I just thought I was going to do an ASMR video today, but unfortunately I don't know if you've heard already, but it's a Saturday and there's like 400 people outside doing sewage in this entire community. So it's like, okay, well, that's cool. But anyway, so you can purchase this album on iTunes, Amazon, and Google Play, and the link will be down in the description. Like, a lot more information that I'm not talking about obviously will be linked down below, business stuff and everything like that. And you can stream it on Spotify, Apple Music, which is my main source of playing music when I do in the mornings. I'm subscribed to Apple Music. I think it's $9.99 a month. Like, they have different things. It's like if you're a student, a family plan or something like that. And it's actually really cheap. Like, you can go and get a bunch of music, but Tidal, I'm not familiar with what Tidal is, and Deezer, and I'm not familiar with these two platforms, but my ASMR is available over on there. Actually, a lot of ASMR artists seem to have their music out there. Gentle Whispering, Whispers Red, I do believe, and a lot of lesser yet brilliant ASMR artists also have their, work through these different platforms. And I just think it's incredible. I feel very grateful that, they reached out and asked me to do it, and it makes me feel like I'm part of something. It makes me feel like my stuff is worth other people to listen to and things like that. So trust me, it really gives me a feeling of gratefulness and humbleness at the fact that you guys like my work so much that somebody else saw that and reached out and asked me to put this on other platforms other than YouTube. YouTube will always be my number one, no matter what. There is never going to be a day, whether they take monetization away from everybody, which that will never happen in my opinion, or not, I will always be on YouTube. YouTube is what brought me to you guys. You guys are what brought me to stay on this platform, and I'm very, very grateful for YouTube every day. It really bothers me when people get on here and they talk bad about YouTube and they bite the hand that feeds them, and that's literally the case. So many different content creators don't understand that what they have, they are so very blessed for. It doesn't matter if they're only making dollars a month. Like, YouTube is not really meant to be a full-time job. Now, people like me and other ASMR artists even have made it their full-time job, but I think most of us are very aware that YouTube could end tomorrow and we wouldn't have that income that we are making now to support our lives and things like that. So, stop biting the hand that feeds you. But like I said, I could never be here without you guys anyway. And I feel like that's another issue in the community, is that other, creators, and I'm not talking just about ASMR artists, because 99% of the ASMR community very much is aware of that. It's you guys who make us. It is, we are the reason. Like you guys are the reason that we are making content, but other creators on YouTube don't understand that, and they think that they are on top of the world. They don't, credit their subscribers, and it's an issue. So I'm very, very blessed, and thank you so very much for putting me here, being able to do something like this. This does make me feel on top of the world, but not alone. It makes me feel like I have all of you with me and we did this together. I just wanted to keep it a surprise for this time, but we can already start thinking about what we would like to do for the next release. So if you guys have any suggestions, it is audio only. It will not be anything you see here. It will be brand new audio, 20 to 40 minutes a track, and from your suggestions. So please, if you guys would like to listen to what I have so far on our first album, you can pause this video, click the link, or type the link down below, or you can just go in the description and click the link there. But I figured, some people like me, I'll just sit there and copy it all down when I can just go in the description. But anyway, so I was very excited to show you guys this today. And the second thing I want to talk about is my children. So, I'm not going to go too far back into this issue because life is life passes, life happens, and I'm very grateful. But the reason yesterday was such an important day, not only for the album that came out, but we have 2 little ones who may be joining our channel here and there to be doing some children's ASMR, and I am so excited to finally bring my kids back. I removed my children from the internet a long time ago because of my mother-in-law, and my mother-in-law caused a stir within the gossip community, and to this day, like I say in many videos, I don't have any ill feelings towards the gossip websites anymore because they are entitled to their own opinions. When it becomes bullying, that's one thing. There's nothing I can do to stop that. There's nothing I can do to stop somebody's hatred or dislike for me, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just life. I have to understand that not everybody can like me, and that's completely okay. But there is actually a lot of good advice on that website. You know, I'm not sitting here kissing their ass because, just trust me. But I also just don't have any ill feelings towards them. But back when, a little bit back when, as many of you know, in 2015, my children were removed from my care, and then eventually my husband's care because he chose to stay with me. Someday I will get into the video as to the whole reason they were removed, but I talk basically the sum up of it. Like, I didn't talk about details of why the house was so dirty or, you know, things like this and things like that. But in the state of Pennsylvania, they rarely, and I mean rarely, return children to their parents once removed from their care. They removed them from my care because my father had just died. The house was filthy. There was a lot of physical neglect going on in regards to, or I'm sorry, mental neglect, because they were always taken care of, always fed, always this and that. But the house was dirty, you know, but I wasn't there for them. And CYS saw that, and my mother-in-law had a huge play in it. And I can actually thank her for calling the 50,000 times that she did. Because it helped me change my life, and it helped me realize that, you know, I need to step the fuck up and be the mother that I made myself be. Like, I chose to have children. They didn't ask to be on this earth. They didn't ask for a life of a dirty home or a life of, like, it. Someday I will get into that. If you guys are interested in that story, please let me know down below. But fast forward, 2 years later, 2 years it took me to get my children back, but the state of Pennsylvania, Judge Fike of Somerset County, Pennsylvania, returned my children back to me in January of 2017. Now, when my children were first removed, they were put into the care of my mother-in-law, my husband's mother. Now, I'm not going to get into like I said, the entire story. The kids resided with them for about 6 months, and then they were removed from her care due to an audio that was taken of her claiming to sell drugs. Now, I'm very open about my past, and you're probably thinking, like, wow, if you're a newer family member of ours, like, wow, like, she really has all this past. Yes, I do, and it actually gets a lot worse, and you can find a lot of that on my basic channel. You can find a lot of that on my older videos if you just look up Karuna Satori story times and things of that nature. So fast forward again, my mother-in-law has done a lot of evil things. So they were removed from her care 6 months after the kids were in her care. She didn't like that. She didn't like that children and youth had done that. She did not like that Judge Cassio of Somerset County did that to her. So she hired a lawyer. And for 2 years now, because I got them back in 2017, she filed about a year and a half. She filed in May of 2015 or 16. So for a year and a half, she has been going after not only children and youth, but us for physical, permanent custody of our children because she filed during the time that the kids were removed from our care. So what this has been for a year and a half has been absolute hell. It has been constant heckling from her lawyer. It has been constant harassment from her. She's a very dangerous person. She contacted my stalker. Look up my stalker story time, Karuna Satori, a man who threatened to rape and murder my children. She had contacted people in my life, testimonies. You can hear this. If you go onto my YouNow, I have a YouNow. If you go onto, I left one stream. I always delete my streams afterwards. I feel like it's messy to just keep them all up there because I'm just annoying and I'm very problematic. So I don't like going and seeing all the streams that I'm like constantly smoking cigarettes or talking about drugs whenever I can compile that into a story time like this. So this is not alleged, by the way, and this is not berating, and this is not putting down anybody, because we all have our issues. Am I perfect? No. Did I do things to retaliate? Absolutely. And so the outcome of this is, for a year and a half, she has been suing us for permanent custody of our children, even after they were returned in our care. So after court date, after court date, after court date, it got lesser. She realized she was denied the go ahead to try to get, what's the word I'm looking for, because they used it a ton of time, standing. She tried to use her standing to go for us for full custody of our children, even after CYS. Nobody was involved. They're our kids. Nobody is involved in them. We are an intact family, everything like that. She was denied. So then she tried to go for temporary custody, or partial custody. And partial custody means she would have them every other weekend. That is what she was asking for. She got denied about 2 months ago for that. And then finally, a court date that was actually supposed to be May 19th of 2018 was reduced until, rescheduled until yesterday. It was a very immediate court case. It was random. Everybody was kind of like, shuffling. We were all like, why is this, put this day? And I'm getting like really emotional thinking about it. So what happened was, yesterday morning at it was 9:30 a.m., we were to be at the courthouse in Somerset County, Pennsylvania, to see if she would get custody, like even visitation. We go into the courtroom, or the courthouse, and our lawyers are there, and our lawyer comes to us and says, hey, this is the last time we're going to ask you if you want to proceed with this or not. Would you like to give her supervised visits every 6th weekend for the rest of your life until they turn 18 and be able to judge on their own? And for a minute there, we felt very helpless. This has been going on since 2015 with my mother-in-law, but the actual suing of custody has been going on until, like I said, May of 2016 or whatever. We weren't having that, and we said, I was like, Victor, are you sure, like, we're going to lose this? She had a great lawyer. She had an incredible lawyer. I am talking, this man is probably the best in both counties that we were residing in at the time. We have since moved. They don't know our address, everything, we claim we're somewhere else when we're actually somewhere else. But, so we go in and we sit before the judge. The judge was somebody we've both never dealt with before, both parties. And, I started crying because I was like, please, dear God, do not let this woman near my kids. She is a danger. She is a threat. She has just put us through a lot the past couple of years. Our kids are ours now. Our kids, were removed from our care because of our past mistakes, but we proved ourselves to more than one judge, to the state of Pennsylvania, to the courts of Pennsylvania, and to the law of Pennsylvania, and to ourselves that we are parents of these kids, and they are our kids, like our fucking kids, not hers, not partially hers, not even like 1% hers, not 0.5. She is nobody to my kids. She taught my son how to call her mommy. Many of you know this story. I'm not going to get into it, but when the kids resided in her care, she said that, I remember going in and my son was calling her mommy, and she admitted that, yeah, see, I get into it because I get upset. But yesterday, the judge looked at her and said, you know what? I am a grandparent myself, but even I can't fight with the law in the state of Pennsylvania. You do not have any standing to keep going after these people. We are dismissing the case, and that's it. So we are no longer dealing with that custody case. Now, where does this all play into why I was talking about removing my kids from the internet earlier? What my mother-in-law would do is she would get on these gossip websites. I say like on the planes. But she would get on there and she would talk blatantly about how she was a friend of her, which she later admitted that she was this person. Her account since has been deleted. We still have all the screenshots and stuff like that. And she would talk very poorly about my children. She would talk about my kids' hair. She would talk about how we raised our kids and what I do for a living on the side with my Patreon and things like that. She would she would make such false allegations to the point where I was literally so down and like out. I got very depressed over it. And I took my kids off the internet because I kept them on there because you guys were enjoying them. Like, it was a like big happy thing. Like, there was nothing wrong with my kids, but she kept making something wrong. And then she would take pictures and screenshots and videos. And then she would call CYS on us for like my daughter's hair. And then she would take it to her lawyer and say, well, we can use this in court. She would use the fact that Victor and I are in an open relationship to say that, she would like try to say, well, they're not an intact family, they're separated, or this and that, when in reality, technically I'm an online persona, I'm an online personality. You can't do that. She tried to use a lot of hearsay. She tried to take my kids and use them as pawns, and I think that's disgusting. I think it's very sad. So yesterday, we removed them from the internet. Everybody still to this day asks where my children are and like why they can't see them and things like that. But as of yesterday, she no longer is in our lives. She no longer, with the law, is in our lives. She hasn't been anyway for like a year and a half. Many of you know why they were removed from her in the first place, from our like way of saying, here, you can visit them. But it's a very sad story, on both parties. We've both, done things we weren't proud of, but ultimately she's a very evil person. Everybody in the family says so. Everybody stays away from her now. She's kind of become a person that everybody kind of fears. And I feared her for a very long time. I feared her for years. And if you guys would like to know more of this story, like I said, on the You Now, Victor, my husband, who rarely gets emotional, who rarely gets, he went for like an hour and a half and explained his childhood about what happened to him with her. So our kids, as of yesterday, are no longer legally involved with grand parental rights. She will never see my children again unless I post them on the internet, which is what I'm getting to now. So every night before bed, I read my children a story. Sometimes my son will play a game. Sometimes my daughter will watch a video on my husband's phone. We don't do the whole electronics thing because we found out like a couple months ago that they are addicted, like straight up addicted, like to games. Like they love the coloring book games, like the preschool apps and things like that. And my son just loves his 3DS. Every day he gets home from preschool, he can play with it. And now that it's getting warmer, we're outside all day and things like that. But before bed is not a good time to have electronics. It's very rare, like I said, that he'll play his games or she'll get to watch a movie. Now, but every night I'll read them a story, or Victor will read like Satori a story, and I'll be in there and I'll be playing with my son's hair. And, I do this. Oh crap, it got to 20%. But I'll do this and, massage, and he loves it. And he knows what I do in regards to YouTube videos, and he knows what I do with like ASMR and everything like that. And he was trying to like tap, 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 and like whisper, whisper, whisper. He says, Mommy, your hair, let me brush your hair, let me make you feel good. And it's fucking adorable. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to once in a while here or there let my kids do some ASMR for you guys if you would be interested. I think that is so adorable. I've seen a couple people do it on YouTube, and obviously this isn't going to be like where my son's without a shirt or my daughter is like even like they are going to be clothed, because I know how YouTube is, and not YouTube itself, but I know some of the people on YouTube, what they do. And there's no goddamn way you get, like, I removed a massage video I had of my daughter when she was very young. I used Burt's Bees and I would massage her legs and stuff, like an infant massage for ASMR. Yeah, God forbid that video had like hundreds of thousands of views when my channel was very, very low on our family members. Like I'm talking, we had like 2,000 family members way back in the day, and that video alone had hundreds of thousands of views. You can put two and two together. It's not mothers trying to give their kids infant massages. So I'm very, very aware of, the things like that. So expect my kid to have some turtleneck ass sweater on, like fucking gloves and like no. But if you guys would be interested in that and seeing a little bit more of my kids' lives, I would love to come on here now, because that human being, there's nothing they can do. There's nothing they can critique about my life that they think they know. nothing at all. So I'm very excited about that. And the last thing I wanted to talk about before I end this video is I am going to be in Miami, Florida, May 20th through 24th with another ASMR artist called Miles Spears. I've been following him for years. He's actually been part of another YouTuber that I followed named Nina Unrated. Her story is incredible. I literally have never seen somebody who has fought so hard. She was in a situation, I actually found her in 2015 when my children got removed from my care. Her son got removed from her care. Her husband used to be Moreland Greenwood, I do believe his name is, but back in the day when her son was removed from her care for something she didn't even do, I admit to my mistakes and everything like that, but she actually had the child removed because of the fame of her ex-husband. Very interesting story, very incredible outcome. She fought, so I've never seen a mother, I'm telling you right now, never fucking in my life have seen a mother fight as hard as she did for years with all the bashing, with all the hate, with all the trash talk, with everything like that. Somebody who went and, fought for her son the way she did. And that's how I found Miles. Miles became an ASMR artist, I think 2 years ago. And I had no idea he followed me. I had no idea he liked my ASMR. About a week ago, I seen him on ASMR The Chew. She was talking about him and referencing his channel, and I was like, oh yeah, Miles and stuff like that. And I commented on the video, and then Miles emailed me and he's like, oh my God, blah, 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 I've watched you for a long time. And I was like, holy fucking shit. I watch your vlogs all the time. I've seen your story. I've seen you guys grow. I've seen everything. So he asked me if I would like to come down to Miami to collab with him. And I was like, yes. So, we're going to Miami. It's, pretty much booked May 20th through the 24th. Everything is set up. The other things that we are doing this summer is we are going to Bethany Beach, Delaware for a week. We already have it planned. I just need to put the down deposit for a very tiny apartment. It's on the beach. It's for a week. Like I said, Victor and the kids and we're gonna, be gone for that week and just disappear off the planet. And then, like I said, we have 2 concerts that Victor and I are going to, Jack White and Radiohead, and we have 2 festivals planned this summer. So we pretty much have everything done. So that is the point of this update video today. I was really excited to talk about my album, to talk about the kids and bringing them back and hopefully doing some kid ASMR. I think that shit is adorable. When little kids are like, psst, 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 psst. Okay, so we are going to. And it's so it's just so cute. So I'm really, really, really excited about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this little update video. I'm very excited about the positivity. A big shout out and thank you to whoever sent me this background. I've had an Amazon wishlist for a while now, and somebody sent the past 3 things that have been sent to the house in the past couple months literally have no note on them. You cannot see who buys the item. You cannot see the address of who sent the item. They didn't, put not a thank you note, but a thank you note for me to say to them. There's no name. So I want to thank whoever sent this amazing background. This is actually going to be used for a Golden Girls roleplay within the next couple weeks, and that is the reason that I was all about this. So I'm really excited about it. Thank you guys so much with all of my person for keeping me here. Thank you guys with all of my person for being part of my life. We did a live stream with Victor last night on his channel, and he loved it. His channel's back. He's been doing videos, 6 videos a week, but only every couple days. It's weird. He'll put out 2 videos a day, every other day or something like that. And yeah, so I just never want you guys to forget that you guys are number one. You guys are the one who makes us creators, able to live this life and able to, do these videos to relax you. It doesn't matter if we're relaxing you. We are not the number ones here. You are. You guys are the ones who keep us on this platform. We're not going to go do ASMR into a camera if nobody's watching. That's bullshit. I can't stand anybody who thinks that. We all create videos for other people. We don't create them for ourselves to put into a storage thing and then come back 6 years later I did that. Yep. Me, I knew that. It's I can create a scenario in my head and be okay, I created a video. No, we create this content for you guys, and the reason that we do is because you guys watch us. You are number one. You are great. You are the shit. No, you guys know what I'm talking about. But anyway, so thank you so fucking much for this opportunity. I know swearing, like, I get really excited because I can't believe this shit's happening in my life. I am so grateful with this album. I am so grateful with what happened with my kids yesterday. I am so fucking grateful. I'm going to be going to Miami to collab with another ASM artist and just have fun and enjoy life this summer. And things, the past fucking couple years have been shit for my life, for my kids' life, for my family's life. Everything is as perfect as it can fucking be right now. And I am so excited for what's to come. So I love you guys with all of my person. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys very soon. Please let me know what you would like to see in the next album. Please listen to my album. Like I said, just click the link down below. It'll go to all the lists of where you can listen and everything like that. Please let me know if you would like to see the kids do some ASMR and what kind of ASMR you'd like to see them do. Please, let's pray that the sewage people just leave, because they've been here for like 2 weeks now and it's a Saturday. And again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys soon. I love you. Okay, go bye.